Hello everyone, happy March 12th and happy Sunday, and I hope that you are having an amazing day. I am going to do my cooking show at a weird time and a weird day just because it's a really busy week in our world. So I'm going to be making 3 things and I've been prepping so that they go kind of quickly. So if you're popping on and you're like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be on this forever, I don't think I actually will. So we'll see what happens in the end. But I'm going to start with our peach tart. I put up a poll and I'm like, okay, what should I make? And I said I had the ranch chicken dip, the peach tart, and the ambrosia salad, which is usually my sign that I'm probably just gonna buy everything. So my son has friends coming over tonight and I'm like, that's perfect. I'll do the cooking show on Sunday morning. And then they can eat it and make it go away, and then it won't be in my house. So I'm going to start with the no-bake peach tart. I have the recipe on my main Facebook page, so if you want to check it out, and then I'll post it again. So I'm starting with 2 cups of shortbread cookies, and I have them in the food processor, and I'm going to give them a quick chop. We'll see if it likes having this much in there. Sometimes I wonder if I killed my battery. Nope. All right. That happens every time I go live and then the battery dies. So, okay. See if it's angry with me today. I have a feeling the battery's set. I'll be right back because I use this every single day. All right. So let's try this one. You know, I tested it out even and it was fine a minute ago. No. Oh no. Okay, hang on. Try it again. Okay. There we go. It's like it's Sunday. I don't want to cut it. Okay, so I've got 2 cups of shortbread cookies, and then I'm going to dump in some butter that was supposed to be melted, but I melted it so long ago that it's kind of a blob. So I'm gonna open this up real quick and see if I can get that in there. The last time I did this, it was so good, but I only did like half the right amount of cookies. So the crust was not as it didn't do exactly what it was supposed to. It tasted amazing, but it did not quite do what I was expecting it to. So I'm gonna try it again. There was no love loss on that though. It was eaten like crazy around here, so everybody loved it. So, all right. Got that stuff in there. Goodness gracious. Okay, having trouble lining it up. Okay, cool. I'm gonna be honest, every food processor I've had trouble doing that, so I think that's a me thing. All right, I'm gonna get this all fired up, speed it up a little, slow it down a little. And we're switching gears. All righty. Beauty of a live video. Okay, so let's take this out and we will switch gears on that one. Dump that in. And we go with the food chopper. All right. So I need to get the rest of these cookies all chopped up. So I'm gonna grab a cookie sheet. I got some new ones and now they are all packed in there. I wonder, all right, so let's switch gears here. Okay, so I'm gonna dump this out, and then I definitely need to chop that because that is not going to be an awesome crust there. Okay, so food chopper together. So I like to put things like this on a cookie sheet if I'm using the food chopper. because then it doesn't fly all over my kitchen. So that must have been where the butter went. Yep. Okay. Yep. That's kind of an interesting one. Last time I did this, I also did not chop it enough. So the cookie did not really like stick together to make a crust. So we're gonna do a better job on that. I'm telling you, the end product is so beautiful. Like, it is definitely like a wow dessert. So if you're just hopping on, you're like, what is she making? I'm making a no-bake peach tart, and I'm using our new Tart pan, which is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite pans. I'm kind of looking for ways to use it right now. So if you got ideas, I would love ideas on things to make. See if it works in the Tart pan. Let's get this guy out of here. I am like literally cooking with the entire kitchen today. So why not, right? All right, let's dump this in here, but I kind of have a feeling it's gonna go everywhere. So we're gonna just kick that off. Okay, perfect. Okay, so next up, I need to kind of push it in and then make it into like a crust. So I need it to kind of like squish down and then kind of go up the sides. So if you're just popping on, feel free to say hi. I might be able to see it. It's kind of far away. We're like working on a new tripod system because my live video is so far away and it's really hard to set up, so it takes me too much time. So we're kind of like on the hunt, maybe on Amazon for something else. Okay, so that is my crust, which looks amazing. And you know, you can't go wrong with like cookies and butter, right? So I pop my lid on. You have to be careful because on a Tart pan, this middle right here like pops up. So you want to be careful when you put it in the fridge. So I'm going to leave that in there for around 30 minutes, just so it can set. Okay, and then I'm going to go on to something else and figure out what I'm going to do next. I think we do the pretzel next. So I'm going to do like bits and pieces of everything and then put them all together, hopefully be able to put them all together at the end. So I'm going to kind of like brush this off because it's got cookie on it. And I need it to be for pretzels next. Okay, get another cutting mat. Okay, and dump the cookie out of there. Probably would be fine for Ambrosia salad. But how many of you like remember Ambrosia salad? So this is like a fresh take on Ambrosia pretzel salad, which I remember being around. So 3 cups. You need 3 cups of pretzels. I remember being around, but I don't remember ever making it before. So I was excited when this like throwback came out. I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. Let's give that a whirl. Okay, so I'm gonna take 3 cups of pretzels. And then I have to crush them. So let's get them on here. Pop my stuff in there. You see it says like finely chopped and what I have to do here. Combined pretzels, finely crushed. All right. Flying all over the place. I've got an idea. I kind of feel like the meat tenderizer would be really good at this, if I can find it. Let's give that a whirl. it's like punting day. Like it's Sunday and things are not behaving. So try different things. We'll make it work. Okay, so if you're just popping on, I am making a peach no-bake tart. That is, the crust is in the fridge right now, and I have moved on to the pretzel ambrosia salad, and I need to, I think I have to bake that for 10 minutes. So that's why I'm doing that one next. I better get my oven fired up. All right. Trying to get some of these a little smaller. When they're in the long things, they're kind of like jumping all over my kitchen. That's nice. I'll flip back to the food chopper in a second. That's kind of fun though. Okay. Thankfully, there's not anyone sleeping in my house right now. Okay. So if you're after popping on, you're like, why is she making so many things? Because I have a house full of teenagers, and you know what that means. Like, they're gonna be hungry kids. So, like, that's perfect, because then I can make them things that are not healthy. And it's fun to make them, but I don't necessarily want them around my house, like, as far as the unhealthy stuff goes. Teenagers are allowed to be around the house, but I don't want to start the week with a bunch of like unhealthy food. Okay. All right, we're going for another one. Let's try this. Okay. Stepping on pretzels. Oh boy. Okay, so that should work well. Everybody's having a wonderful day and a nice weekend. We got to go to Indiana last night to see our daughter perform in, I think it was the acapella quarterfinals, or I don't remember. In fact, she's gonna kill me. I can't remember what the name of it is. But it was so much fun and so much talent on that stage. It was so cool to go and support them. So BG was very well represented, and man, these kids are talented. It is cool. And then they write their own arrangements, and they're like student-led groups, and I'm like, how cool is that? So, and then the university supports them to be able to travel, which is like amazing too. So it's so cool that they can do stuff outside of their major if they're not music majors, and be able to sing. Like, how cool is that? It says finally crushed. Should have done this another time. Okay, I bet we're getting there though. Yeah, it's the top part, so I'm gonna give it a shake. Try to get some of those chunks down at the bottom. I did a good job though. I should have started there. All right, we're going with it. Finally crushed is mostly crushed. Okay. So, for the crust, we are combining pretzels and melted butter, which this time I'm going to remelt it because I think that that will make things go well, because it already started to solidify on me. Okay, so we need to mix that, combine it in the sugar, and then we need to stir to coat. Okay, so we're using the new pan, which I'm really excited about this pan. It's beautiful, like the Tart pan. Comes with a lid, great for brownies. So in other treats, I don't remember if I'm supposed to spray it. Guess not. Okay. Dump that in. Oof, man. Okay, let's scoot this out of the way. I pulled out like all of these products because I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm going to use. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so I need 3 cups of pretzels, melted butter, and sugar. So it's 2 tablespoons of sugar. Here goes that. And the butter splattered all over, of course. Why not, you know? Okay, so there's our butter. And it was a full stick. Okay, and then we're going to combine this. I need some kind of scraper. Let's use that one. I keep stepping on pretzels. They're like right under my feet. I'm going to move them over so that I can sweep them up when I am done. So I don't know if Ambrosia salad is even like still in style. I remember it in like the 80s. I remember it showing up places. I don't remember ever making it, but I was excited to see like a good throwback comeback. So I know I've never made it. So an excuse to bake, which is awesome. Okay, so we're gonna stick that in the oven. Get it all patted down. Okay, stick that in the oven. I think I'm done with this and this, at least until I figure out I need it again. Okay, so bake for 10 minutes. It says to press firmly even using your hand or the bottom of a cup so that it squishes down. Don't mind touching that, but man, not chicken. It's nice and buttery. That's awesome. Okay. Stick this in the oven, and I think it's at 10 minutes. I'll double check that in a sec. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. All right, so let's see what we got next. Okay. Cream cheese. I think we go the other direction. We're going to go towards the chicken and get this one going. So I've got little bits of all three recipes just kind of rolling at once, which is a little chaotic, but it's all good. Okay, so this all goes with the tart. So we'll do that in a little bit once the tart is chilled properly. I have got to clean this up because everything is crunchy and crusty right now. Find my scraper. Everybody's been cooking, so things have new homes recently. There we go. Okay, I love this. It's so easy to get like all of the junk that you can't see but you can feel on your counter, and it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta get that out of here. It's driving me crazy. Okay, so next up, I'm going to make ranch chicken dip. I'm not going to use the oven. I'm actually going to use the rock crock because in the rock crock, I can stick it in the microwave, so I don't have to use the oven, which is great. So I need, let's see, add all ingredients to the rock crock pan and stir until combined. So let's season up. So I'm going to start with cream cheese. Okay, I need a block of that. Throw that in my garbage can. Okay, and then I need 8 ounces of cheddar cheese, which I just went ahead and bought. Usually I like to cut it up, but I'm like, no, we're doing enough today. Okay, and then I need 1.5 cups of sour cream, which, fun fact, was like the whole container. I'm like, oh, that looks like more than 1.5 cups, but it was like right on what I needed, which was perfect. Okay, and then I need 1/2 cup of chicken broth, which I went ahead and didn't bother with like low sodium versus like regular. I just kind of went for it since it's a side for kiddos. And then I need an entire envelope of ranch. I'm gonna go with our ranch, which is not exactly the same as like the Kid Valley and stuff like that, but it smells amazing. It's super fresh, and that should be amazing. But that's actually popcorn seasoning, so we'll like see how that kind of plays in. And then I need 2 cups of shredded chicken, which I've got one ready, and I wanted to show you the can opener in case you're new to Pampered Chef, or you have one of these and you're like, what in the heck? I have no idea how to use that. So I'm going to show you how to use it in case you don't know how. So you're going to go straight into the can and then turn to the right, which is actually probably the only handheld can opener that I can actually do because my hands get tired because I'm a violinist. So then you flip it backwards when it kind of loosens up, like you can feel that you got all the way around the can. And then you take these little pinchers and then you pull that off. And I'm going to dump it in the trash can so I don't get chicken juice all over the place. think I missed a section because I started it earlier. All right, and then I'm going to dump it into my colander so that I can get all the chicken stuff out of there. Okay, we don't want too much extra liquid in there, so okay, pop that in. Okay, had a napkin, I don't know where I put it. Okay, and then I need 6 strips of bacon cooked and chopped. So again, I just went like super easy and just bought it. And then I'm just gonna use my kitchen shears and just chop it up. So it'll be super easy and ready to go. Okay, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's perfect. Okay, let me get that out of here so I know I used it. So cool thing about the rock crock is it can pretty much like, it can be used on any surface, which is super cool. I have a recipe for like lemon chicken and I love it because you start it on the stove and then you throw it in the microwave to finish up. So while it's like cooking in the microwave, I can go and clean anything up that I made a mess of, which if you're coming in, you can obviously see that when I cook, I make a mess. So it happens. Then I go back and I watch my cooking show. So like today I'll go back and watch my cooking show and my goal is to have everything cleaned up by the time my cooking show is done on replay. So a little fun fact there. So greasy. Okay, so next up I am going to give this a stir. But it says that you can, use it in the oven. You can do this in the oven. I'm gonna get a bigger spatula. Okay, that you can cook it in the oven, and it says to do it for 25 minutes, like 20 to 25 minutes until it's bubbly, if you're doing it in the oven. And then it says to stick it in the rock crock stand. I am so heating this up. This is not gonna mix. We're going for it that way. Okay, I'm gonna heat that up because I can tell like the sour or the cream cheese is not gonna play nicely with everything else. Okay, so let's clean this counter off again. Okay, so we'll heat that up and then I'll give it a stir and then I'll stick it in the microwave, or I guess I could start it in the microwave, but I'll probably forget it's there if I do that. Okay, so let's move on to the next. So back to the no bake peach tart. Next thing that I'm going to do is combine peach slices, apricot preserves, and then cornstarch in a medium bowl for 3 to 4 minutes. So that's perfect that I'm not using the microwave. So I've got my, this is apricot preserves. It's supposed to be 2/3 of a cup, and I was a tiny bit short because I made the recipe and I knew that I had it in there, but I didn't realize I was short. And then I need a teaspoon of cornstarch, which is, I believe that works as a thickening agent, and that's what its job is. Toss that in there. Okay. And then next up, I need preserves, peaches. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And I need 2 cups of them. So let's see if I can find another measuring device. Right now, peaches do not exist in the store. I've looked like 2 or 3 times to try to find peaches because I want to use our new stone fruit cutter and I cannot find them. So they must be like, they must be out of season right now. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. All right. Nice thing about having many spatulas is when you're doing cooking like this, you don't have to wash them until the end. So I'm gonna give this like a quick stir. These are just frozen peaches. And the last time I did this, I used the frozen peaches and they were wonderful. So yeah, just use what you can find. It also saves you from having to cut it, which is kind of nice. Okay, and then this is going in the microwave for 3 to 4 minutes. The butter. Hang for a second. Forgot about the butter explosion that happened. Let's get that taken care of. push and pause for a sec. Gotta clean that up. Alrighty, back in action. Okay, 3 to 4 minutes, so we're gonna go 3:30. And then this looks like I can actually stir it now, which is perfect. Want all my ingredients to like mix together, not be hanging out all on their own. And then mix and chop. That's what I need. Okay. So if you do not have this iconic product, put it on your list. This was one of the first Pampered Chef products. It's called the Mix and Chop. A lot of people call it like the meat masher or the hamburger chopper or whatever. You can call it anything you want. I'll figure it out. So I actually like kind of creative titles. That's pretty cool. Okay, set that over here so that it doesn't make a huge mess, but I can get it out of the way. So I'm just gonna mix things up, but I can take it and like kind of swirl it around. That'll cut my chicken up a little bit. Get the cheese mixed in. Alexa, stop. Boy, am I glad I set that timer because I can smell the pretzels, and I was like, what is that? I'm not used to that smell. So I'm glad that I had that on. So there's our crust for the Ambrosia salad, which looks amazing. It smells really good too. Okay, so I'm gonna set that back here so it can cool off. And finish this so when the peaches are done in the microwave, I can get this in there. Scrape this puppy off, and then I'll be able to stir it a little better. That worked really well. If you're just joining, this is kind of like 3 cooking shows in one. It's on the wrong day, at the wrong time. And that's just what we're rolling with this week. It's a really busy week in our house. We've got a really big concert. And the kids don't have school tomorrow, so we've got a bunch of teenagers coming over tonight, and they tend to come hungry. So I am making them some treats. Okay. Okay, so now we're mixed up, and that's almost done. Let me see if this needs a lid when it goes in. Cover and cook for 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off, and then pop this on, and cover and cook for 10 minutes. And then over here I have my stand. They just redesigned the stand, and I don't look like I'm on. Am I on camera? Yes, I am on camera. They redesigned the stand for the rock crop, so I'm gonna just leave it on here and let it kind of just chill out all day. So let me get that going. Timing temperature. Hey, display off. Cancel. There we go. We're gonna go warm for 4 hours, so go ahead and get that started. Trying to remember that my burner's on so that I don't cause a problem over there. Okay, peaches are done. Rock crock goes in for 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna move all this stuff because I would imagine at some point I'll accidentally set it on the hot burner. So save the heartache on that one. Okay, so these obviously need to cool off. And we need to make the filling. So next thing we're going to do is beat the cream cheese. I'm kind of thinking I want my mixer over here. So now that there's a tiny bit of room left, move this guy over here because this is definitely the star of our show right now. This is the deluxe stand mixer. It is a hot seller right now. And the only way that you can get it is by hosting a party. So they're making it a host exclusive for our awesome hosts, which is so cool. They are, yeah, and they're giving it as a discount, a huge discount. Okay, so I'm gonna plug it in, and then I'm probably gonna pop over and move my camera a little bit, see if it's actually in there, because I don't want you to miss the star of the show. Yay! There's the mixer and my crazy counter. Okay, so I have the to not be named mixer. I have owned it for years. It was a huge purchase for us when we were first married. I'm like, I don't need another mixer. Like, this thing is like powerhouse. It's all good. This thing shows up and I was like, oh boy. So my son unpacked it and he was like, Mom, we got to make brownies. And we made brownies and I was like, okay, this thing does all the work. Like, literally you push a button and then you walk away and go do something else and you'll hear it speed up and slow down, and speed up and slow down. And then when you've forgotten about it, it stops because it's done. And I'm like, okay, I can buy into this. That's amazing. So for those of you who already have the to not be named kind of mixer, this one is worth it. So it is worth it. I'm using it all the time. I'm not a huge baker, so I'm finding all kinds of other things like shredding chicken, that it just makes everything easier. So, okay, we're beating the cream cheese. And I think this is something I've always like struggled with, is like which beater to use. So when you pop over here and you scroll down to, it says open. Maybe I have to have it closed. Okay, we'll hang for a second. Okay, let me close this for a second. All right, so you scroll down to beat, and it says that you need to use the paddle. So I've got the paddle already, and I meant to show you this before but check it out. It's got a scraper. Like, how cool is that? Like, I know that's not a game changer to like just buy a mixer, but having settings and being able to, I can do custom settings, but I can also do just whatever they have in there, is like literally life changing for me because I'm not a huge baker. So, okay. Cream cheese, powdered sugar, and caramel topping. And I think I need another spatula or something. Let's see what I have. Maybe. This is like my go-to. I'm surprised I'm using it last. I've got my cream cheese. And then I need powdered sugar, which I've already got pre-measured just to save some time. And I have these all over the kitchen right now because I had so many things that I had to measure. So I just put them in these because they've got measurements on the inside, and then I can just stick them all in the dishwasher when I'm done, and it'll take me like 10 seconds to get that all cleaned up and taken care of. And then I need 1/3 of a cup of caramel topping, which I am not going to measure because half of it's going to get stuck. It's going to get stuck on the inside of it anyway, inside of the container. So, okay. And then beat with a mixer until combined. So I hit start. And I got 2 minutes. So I've got 2 minutes that I can clean a couple things up. I still need that, so I don't want to clean that up. So I'm going to pop over here and look through my dishes and figure out what I can clean. Put the pretzels away, put them with those. Cornstarch can go away. Stuff these things into the dishwasher, and then I'll run it, and then they'll take care of it for me. Brush some spatulas, so the next round I won't have to look for a spatula, they'll be all ready to go. that? Okay, there's still a few to go though. All right, so let me move this over. I know that those are dirty. Put them there. That's my next round of cleanup. Okay. Okay, so, this is so beautiful. Everything that I have made in here comes out looking like this, okay? And I have that other mixer, all right? And I've been using it like for 20 years. I don't think I've ever had anything come out looking like this. Like, I don't know, maybe I was doing it wrong. But why should I have to learn how to use it when I can push a button and it'll come out perfectly? Like, that seems like a good win. Okay, so next I need to gently fold the whipped topping until it's easily distributed. So I might go hand on that, figure out how much I need. 1.5 cups. Cool, okay. So there's a cup, and there's a 1/2 cup. Awesome. All right, done with that. And then we're just going to gently fold that in. I'm sure there's somebody on here that bakes beautiful things that's like, that is not gently. So sorry. But it looks really pretty. I love the fact that I can have like literally no baking skills and make something that looks beautiful. Like, how cool is that? And I am thankful for the teenagers that will come over tonight and eat it, so it's not in my kitchen tomorrow. Almost folded. I'm glad that they're different colors because I'm not sure I would be able to tell otherwise. Okay, and then next up, I think we go into assembly mode. So, spoon filling into the crust, spread into an even layer. So let's do it. Okay, being careful as I take it out that I don't push the tart pan up and then break the pie crust or tart crust. That looks really yummy. Okay, so if you're just hopping on, that is shortbread cookies and then 4 tablespoons of butter, and then glad that I just washed that because now I can use it to spoon out, because the skinny one I think is going to be a little bit tricky to get what I need out of there. Don't want to lose any. Toss it into my thing and I can wash it in a minute. Alright. I love these scrapers. I'm not lying. Like, when I joined Pampered Chef, which was almost 3 years to the day. Do you remember 3 years to the day? This was when we were starting to get some like iffy news reports. Well, for me, it was about time for me to pay my car payment because I had a little side hustle making t-shirts, and I always made my car payment. So like, I got a new car, a new used car, because we don't really buy new cars. But I got a car, and I'm like, I'm gonna pay for this out of my t-shirts, like what I'm making, and we'll never have to take like family money to pay my car payment. And I'm like, that'll be perfect. Well, we were coming into 2020 March, which would be like, you know, when the world shut down next weekend, and then they were starting to have like really creepy news reports, and we're like, okay, this is kind of weird. And people's trips were canceling, and that was where my business was coming from to make t-shirts. They were, I was making t-shirts for people that were traveling. Like, I had a bunch of spring break t-shirts that I was making, and then I had a bunch of like sports t-shirts that I was making, and oh boy, yeah, that business stopped. There was nothing. And I'm like, okay, I gotta pay my car payment, and I do not want to ask for help. I'm like, I just can't do it. I don't want to ask for help. I paid all of my car payments up until now, and I don't want to ask and like use family money, which would have been fine, but I just like had a thing, and I just like, I don't want to. So my sister was part of Pampered Chef at that point. She's been sending me messages, and I'm like, just leave me alone. Like, I don't want to be part of whatever like crazy kitchen thing you're doing. And then she's like, look at this. I got this for free. And she's like, look at my FedEx tracking. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And I'm like, are they just paying you in products? And she's like, yeah, but I'm getting a paycheck too. And I was like, what are you talking about? All right, now I need to know. So I have never hosted a party and I have never been to an in-home party, but I have held over 1,000 parties virtually. So in the last 3 years, when I actually joined the weekend that the world shut down, and I was able to make my car payment seamlessly because Pampered Chef pays fast. And I had my first round of parties, and I earned a paycheck within like a week and a half of joining, which was so cool. And I promoted, which was even more fun. Okay, so there's a little bit of my life story on Pampered Chef. But it's really, I mean, it brings back so many things for me because we are on the 3-year anniversary of COVID, which was the start of my Pampered Chef journey, which has truly changed my life. Okay, so next up we get to arrange the peaches over the filling. So I'm going to look for all the pretty peaches and put them in there. If you're just popping on, this is our new Tart pan. It is literally the prettiest pan, and it comes with a lid. And I've made this peach tart twice now, and I'm like, I've got to make it on my cooking video. And I actually made it while we weren't supposed to like show off products. So I have a video of it, and I'm starting to post it. But now that our products are out and I'm allowed to talk about them, I'm like, we got to make this, got to make it live. I think it's just like literally the most beautiful tart, and so easy, quick ingredients, cheap ingredients, which I know like sometimes you go to cook and it costs you like $70 to make something, and it's like, okay, well, I could have just bought like a box of cookies and it would have been easier and cheaper. So I'm really enjoying these recipes in our new Season's Best because they are cost effective, really easy, and my gosh, presentation, hello. Okay, trying to like, I hate to like waste any peaches. So this is like amped up teenager food for tonight. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands real quick, and then I will hold it up so you can see this beautiful tart. And hopefully not push the tart pan down in the process. But when you're serving a tart, what you do is you put the tart pan on like a can, and then you pop it, and then you're left without the edge on it. So is that not so beautiful? Like, so cool. And in under an hour, and half of it was just like, it needed a half an hour in the refrigerator. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that in. Hello, make and take, right? Like, so easy. All right, let me pop that back into the refrigerator so I can get my peaches out of here. I need to wash my mixer real quick so that I can make the rest of the ambrosia, because I think I need a mixer for that as well. Yep, I do. My chicken dip is ready. I always check this because, you know, like being in the microwave for 10 minutes, like you would never touch anything. And for some reason, I don't know what it is about the Rock Crock, but it is not hot. I don't even think, yeah, like I think I can even pull that up. So I'm gonna give that a quick stir, and then I'm gonna put it on the stand. Let's see, what do I wanna stir with? Let's stir with that. We haven't used that one yet. Okay. I love that I can do chicken in the microwave. Like, how cool is that? So you think like during the summer, if you want to make like chicken dip and you don't want to heat up like the stove or the oven, it's just a great way to do that. Okay. Just trying to get some of the oils like mixed in. I might have to like baster that out later. Okay, man, that smells good. Okay, so I'm gonna pop the lid on there. My plan on serving this is probably from the stand, and then I have like scoops, and then my plan on that is celery. So I'm gonna leave out the scoops for the kids. I'm gonna have celery. They also said it's good on like sandwiches, so if you've got leftover that you could use it on sandwiches, pop that in there. This is our redesign. If you had the original one of these, I'm gonna be honest, it was like one of two products that in the line that I did not like, because every time I went to use it, I burned my arm because there was a metal part around there. So they have taken care of that. So if you have the old one, definitely check this one out. It's wonderful and sleek and a beautiful way to crock pot. Okay, so I'm gonna wash this real quick, and then we can finish up. All right, you get to watch me do my dishes real quick. Get those out there. And we'll do them in a little bit. We need to wash the mixer. And there's weird stuff in here, so I'm gonna let that out. All right, so let's wash this up, which will be super easy and really fast. Sometimes when I don't have a lot of dishes, I just wash it, like if I'm using the stand mixer, I just wash it in the bowl of the stand mixer instead of like setting up the sink to have stuff in it. Okay. So everything, as always, washes up really easily, looks brand new when you're done. I think everything mixer-wise is dishwasher safe. I haven't tried it yet because I'm using it too much to wait on the dishwasher to wash it. So I usually just hand wash it. All right, making a mess. Okay, and then I think I'm using some cream cheese and whipped topping, so I am going to cool the bowl down because I was using really, really hot water, and I don't want to take a chance that I like burn up my next round of ingredients with it being hot. So that worked out well. Okay, don't need that so we don't end up with caramel topping and something that doesn't need to be. I think I need my beater again, but we'll check it. Pop it on here and then we'll check it. Okay, Ambrosia salad. So that's done. We've got 2 recipes down and 1 to finish. How cool is that? Okay, so I made the pretzel crust, which if you are just popping on, pretzel crust was 3 cups of pretzels, a ½ a cup of butter, and then 2 tablespoons of sugar. Next thing I'm doing is making the filling. So I'm using the scraping beater. And then I'm adding cream cheese, whole thing. So I softened that earlier and then I kind of left it out on the counter for a little bit. Not too long, but a little bit. Put that over there. Okay, and then I need, let's see, cream cheese, sugar, which was ½ a cup of sugar. And these are great because they go in the dishwasher, so I don't have to wash it. Let the dishwasher wash it. Okay, and then pineapple, cream cheese, sugar, and pineapple to the bowl. Okay, so I have drained this. It was just canned pineapple, super easy. Put that in there, wash those next. And beat for 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay, cool. So that gives me another chance to clean up. Nope, that's not it. Okay, scroll down to beat. Okay. All right, well, let's go ahead. We'll clean the next round of stuff so it's all ready to go. I may not have to watch my video at the end and brace myself, see if I can get everything washed. Let me go ahead and pull this up. We got a pile of it. I hope that everybody's having a great weekend. Normally I do my cooking shows on Monday. I might actually switch to Sunday, so I'm kind of testing this out. I'd like to do like Sunday afternoon but we're gonna have a mouth full of chips. And then I had some things that needed to cool off. So, and set. So, like if I get started in the morning, then I can have everything ready when they show up hungry. So if you are popping on and you're like, what should we eat? I made a chicken dip, like a ranch chicken dip, to eat with chips and celery. And then I'm making a throwback Ambrosia salad, which is in our new season's best. And really, really pretty. And I'm not even sure I've actually eaten Ambrosia salad. So I was like, I bet that there are a lot of people out that remember, like, in the 80s, that was like one of those, like, signature bacon cakes. And then I just finished the beautiful peach tart, which is a huge hit for my son. It's a cookie crust, and just can't go wrong with that. And then the whole thing is no bake, so it's in the refrigerator, just ready to go. And because the mixer does all the work for me, I can get my dishes done while it does its thing. Got some pretzels stuck in there. Oh, almost got done. Alright, let me dump the rest of this in here so it'll be all ready for me. If you have the food chopper and you're like, I don't know how to clean that thing, the whole thing comes apart. Like even this part flips up. So just dump the whole thing in there. You can dump the whole thing in the dishwasher too. So I just have a good amount of stuff to clean. So I just figured I'd just keep rolling with the hand washing. Okay, find my towel. All right, it says add the whipped topping and mix for 45 seconds, and then place in the refrigerator until the crust is cool. In the bowl, add the whipped topping. Okay, coconut goes on top, cherries go on top. Okay, cool. All right, that makes sense. Let's see if that actually is cool. Place in the refrigerator until crust is cool, which it is, so that's awesome. I need a package of frozen toppings, so I'm not going to use that one because I've already used part of it. Put that in there, which I will show you, because like, oh, there's a drip, there's a drip. Okay, how pretty that is. All right, and this is for the Ambrosia salad. Let me pop the whole container of this in there. Maybe. Might need a scraper. I was trying not to. Guess I'll need one anyway because I gotta get it out of there. Okay. And then it says to beat it for 45 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that back down. I think I'm gonna pop that in, like scrape it with the scraper on the beater. Okay. And then I would go custom, or let's see, I wonder if I can change the time. Let's change the time on that, because that gives me 45 seconds to clean again. Okay, we're going for it. It's really great when I have an idea of, yeah, let me just like do 3 things on a cooking show. Yeah, that's no big deal. But then I have all this stuff to clean up. But the mixer is like, I could be done by the time the mixer is done. I'm kind of cool with that because it does all the work for me. So that has been a nice surprise getting to get started. That was close though. All right, and then it says, after the crust is cooled, spread the pineapple mixture evenly over the crust, and then we put the cherries and mandarin oranges and the coconut on that. Okay. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Okay. I was saying earlier, so if you're just hopping on, I am not a baker. I love to bake things and like send them places, but I don't tend to make them if I don't have anywhere I can get it out of the house to. So I'm sure there would be some people willing to take things for me. But today I have teenagers coming over, so I'm like, we're baking. And I had the mixer to not be named, which I won't call out names or anything like that. And I'm like, no, I don't really need this. And this thing showed up and I was like, okay, I didn't realize that I needed a new mixer. And this mixer, I'm telling you, it is a workhorse. It does everything for me. Like, look at how like perfect and fluffy that is. I don't feel like maybe my baking skills are enough to get that on my own. So I enjoy the fact that it has pre-settings and does it for me and tells me what I need to do. Because everything that I have made has come out looking like this, which just blows my mind. It blows my mind. So I am loving the mixer. If you're like, yes, I need this, you just have to host a party. So you host a party and you get it at a discount. If you're just in a party right now, you cannot get this. So you have to host. So it's a host exclusive. They're testing it out to see, how that goes. If you're watching me going, oh my gosh, that girl can't cook, I can cook better than her, I am sure you can. And I would love to show you what I do behind the scenes to make a paycheck to do this. So if that's interesting to you, I have a discount code in March for our kit. So I would love to show you what I do. And then I'm sure you have tricks and tips for me if you are a better cook than I am. But I love that I can come into Pampered Chef without skills and make extra money for my family and take really, really fun trips where Pampered Chef takes my husband and I and pays for us to get places and transportation and 4 nights in a really, really beautiful place. So how cool is that? So if that sounds interesting to you, I would love to chat, give you a message. I'll give you a discount code and you can join our team. Okay, so that looks really pretty. I've got to, let's see, I think that I would say that the coconut goes on first. That would make more sense. Sprinkle with the coconut. Okay, so sprinkle with the coconut. I love this pan because it comes with a lid and the lid snaps tight. Like it is tight. So we put brownies in here and they lasted forever because it was nice and airtight. And I've used about 10 of these little cups today. And now they're all in the dishwasher and I don't have to wash them. Okay, whoops. Dump that back on. Okay. And I'm almost done with my dishes because the stand mixer did all the work for me and I could just walk away from it. Like, it's just so cool. Okay, get that out of here. Get that out of here. Okay, so next up is literally a product that is flying off the shelf from our spring line. I'm not sure that anybody saw this coming until we got our hands on it to try it out. And I was like, it was sat in a box for me for a little while. And I was like, what the heck is this? Like, what's the big deal? Like, we have things that slice and things that do all of this. But I am telling you, friends, this cup slicer is the bomb. Like, it is so cool. So, comes with this little thing like the Quick Slice, which was actually my first product when I became a consultant. It was in the kit and it was awesome. And I love to test it out on things. But what you do, because I need my cherries to be in slices, like check this out. And it looks really pretty too, right? Okay, so I had it in the little strainer so that I could get all the cherry juice out of there. Check this out. Like, okay, don't you need this? Like, seriously, don't you need this? Like, how cool is that? I mean, you got kids in the kitchen, like, how fun is that for them to chop up things? So, like, strawberries or grapes or bananas, I'm trying to think what else I've seen, mushrooms, all kinds of stuff. Like, how cool is that? And then I'll just like sprinkle them and they're in like the perfect little pieces for my little Ambrosia salad. But I am loving this. I'm kind of testing it out on whatever I can get my hands on. So I Instacarted for today for the cooking show. And I was like, what else can I try out? So I have strawberries ready to go. I have some bananas ready to go. Bananas I did the other day. I was like, okay, that was so easy. So easy. And they don't roll around on you. So you can do grapes and it just like snaps right through them. But this is literally flying off the shelf. Like, I had somebody message me and they're like, I need the cup slicer. And I was like, how cool is that? But it's like all over social media right now. So I think it's going to be like literally one of our best products. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this down just so that my oranges stay orange. Okay, I think I'm gonna rinse that too. Same reason. But I keep seeing all of these cute little kids like helping their parents cook, and I'm like, that's so freaking cool. So my kids are 16 and 19 now, and I came downstairs yesterday to my son making pasta, which I thought was so cool. So he had out the pot and the straining lid and all of that and made this like beautiful pasta. In fact, he made me take a picture of it. So I will post that at some point. Okay, so I'm going to chop up my mandarin oranges, which they kind of did a little bit of a squash, so that maybe not as awesome. Okay, so maybe something with a little bit more depth than those. Okay, well the cherries worked great, but I'm kind of on like test mode. Like, what is this little cup going to be perfect for? They really don't need to be cut up at all. So I don't know if this is like nostalgic for you, but it sure is for me. I saw this come through in the recipe book and I was like, that's so pretty. But it just, you know, throwback to the 80s, Ambrosia salad, like how cool is that? So, okay, so I will pull everything out in case you are just hopping on. Let me dump this in maybe in the mixer. Okay. Okay, so we have the Ambrosia salad, which is here, and that is in our new Season's Best recipe book. We have the ranch chicken. I'm assuming this is still not hot, but so that I don't burn myself on live, I will pull that out of there. Okay, ranch chicken dip, which smells amazing, and I'm serving that tonight with not pretzels, but yeah, maybe pretzels. That actually would be pretty good. Corn chips, and then celery. And then we have our tart, the peach tart, which I think these two look really beautiful together. So like, check that out. Okay, so all in, I don't know how long I've been on, maybe an hour. So if you've got any questions, shoot me a message. If there's one that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make that today, I will make sure that I put the recipes up, but I'm curious like what's on the list to make for yourself. So have a wonderful day. I'm gonna pop these all into the fridge, and then I've got my chicken dip is all on warm, so I am good to go for the rest of the day. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for popping on. Bye everybody.